Welcome once again to Commander by Danon. This week, I decided to have some fun. We're looking at building budget decks led by the spoiled commanders from the upcoming set, Secrets of Strixhaven. Now, at the time of recording, the only cards that have been revealed are the face commanders, and as you can see, the image quality is low. So if you're watching this video in the future after the whole deck lists have been released, please keep that in mind. Leading today's deck is Rootha, Mastering the Moment. Also, and I know it's annoying to keep hearing this, but statistically if I don't ask you to like and subscribe, the video gets fewer subscribers. Rootha, Mastering the Moment is a 4-mana 3/4 legendary orc sorcerer. At the beginning of combat on our turn, if we've cast an instant or sorcery spell this turn, we create an XX blue and red elemental creature token with flying and haste, where X is the greatest mana value among instants and sorcery spells we've cast this turn. Okay, so this is another in the growing list of big mana is-it commanders. I really like what she's doing here though. I like how we're not restricted by the first or second spell each turn, we only care about the biggest. So we can cast a ritual and then a big spell in order to create a huge, hasty flying elemental. So two things we'll want to keep in mind. One, this is a budget bracket 2 deck. We're not generating infinite mana and we're not running a ton of rituals. A few, but not a ton. Secondly, we want mana rocks that produce more than 1 mana. So our ramp package will be huge, because we also want our usual 2 mana value mana rocks, as well as the bigger ones. But before we get to our deck list, a quick word from new sponsor, T-Fury. Every day, T-Fury has new designs that are on sale, but as you can see, they also have a great collection of other shirts. Anime, D&D, 80s retro, comic books, Lord of the Rings. There are thousands of shirts to choose from. I've been a loyal customer of theirs for 10 years, and I'm so happy to finally be sponsored by them. Click the link down below to see new designs and to add to your geek wardrobe. In order to build a functional commander deck, you need lots of different pieces, which is why I try to rely on my handy-dandy checklist. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp, 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, and 1 sudden I win card. Oh, one more quick announcement before we get started. I'm streaming on Gaming with Danon as well as Twitch. Sometimes I'm building commander decks, other times I'm playing Final Fantasy XIV, but you're always welcome to pop in and talk about Commander. Honestly, about half my streams are talking about manga, anime, or Commander. Starting off our land base, we've got the pair of staples, Command Tower and Exotic Orchard. Both of these are budget options that can go in basically any multicolored commander deck. Next up, we've got Sulphur Falls, Volatile Fjord, Molten Tributary, Cascade Bluffs, Shivan Reef, Frostboil Snarl, Temple of Epiphany, Silver Bluff Bridge, Is It Guildgate, Is It Boilerworks, and Prismari Campus. I know that some people will complain about the tap lands that I've included, but I want you to think about it this way. Is It Guildgate comes into play tapped, but next turn it will tap for either blue or red. If you Evolving Wilds into a mountain, the mountain also comes into play tapped, but the mountain won't tap for blue next turn. Okay, back on topic. For utility and color fixing, we've got Scavenger Grounds, Myriad Landscape, Evolving Wilds, and Terramorphic Expanse. Finally, our basics package consists of 10 islands and 10 mountains. Basics are great for budget options, but shouldn't be ignored at higher power tables either. Our mana ramp package consists of Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Talisman of Creativity, Is It Signet, Sky Diamond, Fire Diamond, Mind Stone, Thought Vessel, Decanter of Endless Water, Worn Power Stone, Thrawn Dynamo, Gilded Lotus, Hedron Archive, the Eternity Elevator, Pyromancer's Goggles, and Firemind Vessel serving as mana rocks. Like I said earlier, some staples and some bigger ones to help us cast our bigger spells. We've also got Magnus the Red for cost reduction, and Ashling Rekindled to generate extra mana. Finally, for some rituals, we've got Brass's Bounty, Hit the Mother Lode, and Mana Geyser. Wanted to go big with our rituals, and 2 of them generate treasures, so we could just cast them, let Rootha create a huge elemental creature, and then use the treasures at a later turn. Now, our card advantage package has some big mana spells, or cards that care about big mana. To start, we're running Tenufil Rhyme Speaker, Dig Through Time, Treasure Cruise, Pull from Tomorrow, Stroke of Genius, and Blue Sun Zenith. Wait a minute, Dane, those last 3 have low mana value. Only when they're not being cast, dear viewer, and Rootha cares about how big the spell was when it was cast. So if we cast Blue Sun Zenith where X equals 10, she will make a 13/13 Hasty Flying Elemental at the beginning of our combat phase. And we draw 10 cards. Not bad. But we also have some traditional card advantage in Big Score, Windfall, Frantic Search, Mizzix Mastery, Curiosity Crafter, and Factor Fiction. Now, if budget wasn't a concern, Seagate Restoration would be perfect for this deck, but it's a $30 card, so that's not going to happen. For spot removal, we're running Chaos Warp, Abrade, Prismari Command, Pongify, Cleansing Wildfire, and Untimely Malfunction. Our counter magic package consists of Counterspell, Negate, Commit Memory, and Invert Polarity. Not huge, but we're a bracket 2 deck, so 3 or 4 counterspells is usually enough. For big, splashy thematic spells, we're running Magma Opus, Ashling's Command, Sonic Salvo, Spell Swindle, Sublime Epiphany, and Mystic Confluence. Yes, there were a few more counterspells, but most of them are multimodal, so it's fine. Our board wipes consist of Aetherize, Perplexing Test, Blasphemous Act, and Volcanic Vision. Gotta love thematic wipes. The core of our deck consists of Full Throttle and World at War, both serving as extra combat effects that also create creatures. For additional shenanigans, we're running the Emperor of Palamecia and Zephi Thunderconductor, both of whom care about casting big spells. Speaking of big spells, we've got Surge to Victory, Nexus of Fate, and Elminster's Simulacrum. Finally, for protection, we're running Lightning Greaves and Swiftfoot Boots. Gotta protect Rootha from spot removal after all. Now that we have our deck list, let's compare it to our checklist. 58 mana sources split between 37 lands and 21 pieces of ramp. Heavy, I know, but we have some big spells in our deck, so it's fine. 12 pieces of card advantage. 16 pieces of interaction. A bit high for a bracket 2 deck, but we're running a lot of big mana spells here, so it's fine. 4 board wipes. 2 pieces of graveyard hate in Commit Memory and Scavenger Grounds. 1 sudden I win card in Surge to Victory. I did want to talk about Commit Memory real quick. When Commit Memory is in our hand, in our graveyard, or in our library, it has a mana value of 10. When it is on the stack, it has a mana value of either 4 or 6. Therefore, depending on which side of the spell we cast, Rootha will either make a 4/4 elemental or a 6/6 elemental. You will never make a 10/10 elemental off of Commit Memory. This is similar to how X always equals 0, except when the spell is on the stack. Hope that makes sense. But Surge to Victory has the potential to end the game on the spot, depending on how many creatures we have, which is always nice. As I stated earlier, this is not a pre-con upgrade video. When the pre-con comes out, we'll have a higher quality image of the commander along with the full deck list. We'll see what we can come up with at that point. But for now, let me know which of the 5 schools is your favorite. Leave a comment down below. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor Cutestuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, she can be reached at cutestuff.edits@gmail.com. Link is down below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Danon. You can have a video made or just ask for help building or tuning a deck list. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons: Waffles, Marcus, Brett, Roxy, Alex, Robert, Pi, Caceres, Patrick, Boomy, Oscar, Justin, Golden Walker, Sleech, Mr. Salty, Daniel Zombie, Luke, Brian, and Richard. You guys are awesome. I post new Commander deck videos every weekday, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of new videos. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Danon.